Nice of you to drop in.
Hello people, I am the Real Comic Book Gamer. Today I am going to be reviewing Old Man Logan #1. Sorry it took me so long, but yeah, my book took a while to come in the mail, but finally got here, so yeah, I really wanted to review this. This was my most anticipated spinoff for all the Secret Wars spinoffs, and it was really good. But yeah, spoilers, if you haven't read it, I will be going in depth and spoiling things, so yeah, you've been warned. But let's get into it. So this book starts off with Wolverine going out and taking out the Daredevils, because it turns out that not only do villains like take over everything, but just civilians use these heroes as like excuses to do whatever they want. They're like, okay, we'll take the mantle of Daredevil and just call ourselves the Daredevils and do whatever we want. And a lot of them don't even know who the heck Daredevil was, because it was such a long time ago. Because Wolverine, he goes in there, he takes all these guys out, and it's really cool looking. He even asks this one guy, he's like, do you know who that uniform belongs to, who originally wore that? He's like, no, it's just a uniform, man, like, don't worry about it. And then Wolverine kills him, and he only leaves one person alive, and that's the little kid, the son of like the head guy of the Daredevils, which is weird because that guy wore a Iron Man mask, so that didn't really make a whole lot of sense since they were the Daredevils, but he wore an Iron Man mask. Whatever, it was still really cool. But anyways, he gives the town back to the people. He's like, hey, I killed all the Daredevil clan, but you do whatever you want with this town. It's yours now. You're no longer being oppressed. But if you screw it up like these people did, I will come back and burn it to the ground. Then he leaves, very Clint Eastwood-esque. It's really cool. He's got the cowboy hat, and he's got the horse and everything. It's awesome, like riding town to town, like just freeing everybody. That's just really cool, since we get the impression that he's been doing this for a while. It's not like this is the first town right after Old Man Logan. No, seems like he's been on this quest for a little bit, and he's freed a couple towns, and that's really cool. But anyways, he goes and he's riding back towards his base, but he stops and takes a drink, and when he's doing that, we see that an Ultron bot, like a head of an Ultron bot, just comes and flies down, and Wolverine goes, he picks it up, is like, okay, I guess this could be useful. He picks it up, takes it, goes back to his base, where we see Danielle Cage, who's the daughter of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, and she's been taking care of the Hulk baby that Logan took at the end of Old Man Logan. So that's cool to see that the baby, like, they didn't just throw the baby away, like, yeah, we did this whole thing in Old Man Logan, but we're just gonna throw him to the side. No, he's actually there. That's pretty cool. I really hope we see a bit more of the baby and like they use him well. But anyways, after this, Logan's like, hey, I found this Ultron head. I need to go talk to somebody about it. Can you watch the baby for me still? And then she's like, okay. And so then he goes and he rides to this other town to where he meets Emma Frost. And this whole time he's talking to Emma Frost about stuff. And Emma Frost tells him, yeah, I don't look so good, but, I've got my telepathy powers, so I'm going to make you see what I want you to see. And so she's talking to him this whole time, and then she tells him the Punisher's attacked, which is just like the Daredevils. They're just a bunch of people who use the excuse, saying like, oh, this is the Punishers. We serve, the Punisher, even though he's dead as well, because, Punisher and Daredevil both died in the last book from the Kingpin of Crime. He, like, sent them to slaughter against the dinosaurs. So yeah, they're dead, but these guys are still using their name just to do whatever they want, and these guys came in and wrecked the town Emma Frost was in. She tried to do what she could. She ended up stopping them, but she also, like, everyone ended up dying except for her. But then towards the end we see that she can't hold up her facade anymore, and Wolverine sees her for how she really is. She's really old, she's bleeding, and then she just dies. So that's another Marvel hero that's dead. And then Wolverine's like, okay, well, I need to find out where this Ultron bot came from, because this Ultron bot is an Ultron 5. That's what the Ultron head is. Because if you remember in the first Old Man Logan book, Hawkeye's wife, well, ex-wife, she had a Ultron working for her at her garage, but that was an Ultron 8. This is an Ultron 5. So he's like, I don't know where another Ultron is, because that was the only Ultron I knew of in this dystopian world. So he goes to the outer wall, which is, what's separating all the different battle worlds, and he starts climbing it, and the issue ends there. Now the battle world he's going to is the Battle World number 3, not world, the land. I don't know what they're called, but it's number 3. Number 3 is the Age of Apocalypse world, and how I know this is because we already got the cover revealed for issue number 2, and if you look, it's Old Man Logan versus a Wolverine, and that Wolverine's got the tattoos that the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine is, and I looked at the Battle World map, and 3 is right there on the outskirts of the Old Man Logan map, I mean of the Old Man Logan land, and Old Man Logan's land is number 31. So, yeah, I'm looking at the map right now, and you see number 3 is that big one on the very outskirts of the world. It even stretches to the other side of the world. So, yeah, Age of Apocalypse is huge. That's a huge land, but that's where he's going to next. I can't wait to see what happens. We're going to see him fight the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Considering we haven't really seen Wolverine since the death of Wolverine, it's awesome to see him back, especially Old Man Logan. I loved Old Man Logan so much. It was one of my favorite books ever, and so now it being back is awesome. And yeah, I really did enjoy this issue. It wasn't like fantastically amazing, like best book ever. I wouldn't say it was as good as Darkseid War. Like if you only had enough money to buy one book this week, even though Old Man Logan came out last week, I'm just saying, I would suggest Darkseid War. But this was a good issue. It was $5 for only 30 pages, which is just barely over the normal page count. Normal page count is like 22 to 24 pages. So yeah, 30 pages is not like worth an extra dollar. It is worth the $5. But what I'm saying is, from just a paper standpoint, if you're just looking at it, like the page count, it shouldn't be $5 for 30 pages. It should be less than that. But yeah, it is worth it because it's so good. I enjoyed it. If you're a Wolverine fan, definitely get it. You already got it. I don't need to tell you that. But it's a good book. It's fun. It's got a lot of action. It's dark and brutal as well. And like, you could be dark and brutal and fun. You know what I mean? It's just so cool to see. And Andrea Sorrentino is my favorite artist right now, and he proves it again and again. I loved him on Green Arrow, and he kills it with Wolverine. Like, the way he does layouts is so different from any other artist. I love it, and I can't wait to see what he does next. It's just so good. My only problem was not really his fault. It was like the letterer got a little crazy at some points. Like, some points there's like the letters are just everywhere on the screen. Maybe it did have to do with him, I don't know, but sometimes like the letters are just all over, but that was very rare in this book. It wasn't like all happening every page to where there were letters everywhere. But anyway, still at a couple places there were just like letters covering stuff, and I was like, why would you do that? Why would you ruin the art like that? But anyways, again, art's fantastic. Brian Michael Bendis did a good job following up Mark Millar. Still wish Mark Millar would have came back for the sequel. But yeah, it's a good book, and I definitely recommend you guys buy it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I can't wait for the rest of this because this is a 5-issue arc. So yeah, I wish it was longer because the original Old Man Logan was like 7 or 8 issues or something like that. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Old Man Logan #1. If you read it, please let me know yours in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.